Anthony Hartwig here with a Howland girls basketball player profile, one of the big names in girls basketball in the area. Jamie DeSalvo, senior for the Tigers, second player profile we've had as far as the Howland girls basketball program. Very fun team to watch. Jamie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
And when you think about this season, it's been a whirlwind. I know the start, exactly how you guys won the two record wise, but Coach Pounds has said it many times, maybe the toughest start to a schedule you could possibly get. How did you guys stay confident through that start? And then obviously from then on, you guys have been rolling since.
After those first couple of losses by little leads, we went into practice and worked on finishing layups close and pushing each other in practice. And I think as a team, we all held each other accountable really well and got our confidence up and kept a positive attitude and environment.
And all you seniors, you've been playing together for a while now. How much did that camaraderie and that tight unit really help out to do what you would need to do after that slow start, like you said?
Being able to play with girls I've played with for 5 years and being able to have the chemistry on and off the court was really important. Being so close with your team, it can be difficult at times, but we've never really had an issue. I mean, we're all there, we're all supporting each other, and it's just a great and fun environment because we're also working hard, but we're having so much fun doing it.
And we know that kind of chemistry doesn't happen overnight. What kind of things does this team do as far as team bonding and team chemistry activities to kind of build that relationships and build that closeness with each other?
For team bonding, we'll all go to the boys' games together, or we'll go out to eat after a game, or we'll do a scavenger hunt and a sleepover.
All right, with eating after the game, what is the team's go-to post-game meal?
Either B Dubs or El Jalapeno.
That is the meal of a champion, especially when you guys win. I'm sure it feels great. Let's go back to the Canfield game. 40-38 win on Wednesday night over the Cardinals. Of course, your teammate scores 1,000 points. And what was it like to be a part of that moment with Alyssa? And what was it like to kind of get that AAC win on top of it?
Being able to share that moment with Alyssa was great, not only because she's a great player in herself, but she's just a great part of our team. And we've been kind of counting down the moment to when that happened. And our goal this year was to win the league. And we're going to try to keep doing that and keep winning out throughout the league. So getting that 4-0 in the league was great. And it was just great to celebrate with my teammates.
That was a big emotional win, not just, getting the 1,000 points for Alyssa, but also, Canfield's a tough team. You guys are both undefeated in the AAC. You get the close win. You guys had to come back the next day and play a scrappy Mooney team, and you took care of business. What was it like trying to stay focused and get right back in action the very next day?
I think it was really difficult to stay focused on Mooney when we were we were preparing throughout the week for Canfield, and then we had a game the next day. So shifting focus was a little difficult, but coming off such an amazing win with such high adrenaline, it definitely gave us a lot of energy going into that game and a lot of confidence as well.
Let's talk about your basketball journey. Where did the passion for the sport come from, and how long have you kind of known that you love basketball and you've loved playing it?
I've played basketball for as long as I can remember, probably the fourth grade. My passion probably came from my dad, who played in high school and ended up playing in college. But just realized I loved it when seventh grade I was playing with that same group of girls, and we all were just having so much fun, and we were winning together, and being able to play with not only your teammates but your friends. It's just a big part of basketball to me. Like those girls, I probably wouldn't love the sport as much if it weren't for my senior class that I am playing with right now.
And it's been a long journey for you as well to get to this point. Who were some of your role models growing up, and when you were learning the game and you were trying to, build your tools and continue to grow as a player?
I think one of my biggest role models would be actually one of my coaches right now, which is Sarah Price. I mean, when I was younger, I would look to try and be like a player like her and go hard all the time like she does. And she did on the court. I mean, she holds the record for most points scored ever in high school basketball at Howland. So it's just pretty cool to be coached by someone with that same passion. And I'd also say I'd like to look up to my older sister who played. She was a senior when I was a freshman, and she just had an amazing work ethic.
We saw you rocking on the volleyball court earlier this fall as well. What was it like kind of switching mentalities going from volleyball to basketball?
Going from volleyball to basketball, it was difficult getting in shape wise because it's such different muscles, and it's definitely a different group of girls to get chemistry back with. I mean, it was easy to transition into basketball, but definitely from volleyball, I had to adjust how I was on the court because every girl is different out there.
You are a athlete, but you're also a student, and I think people kind of forget about that student athlete part when they're talking about all the sports in the valley. But what are some of your favorite subjects that you've had in high school, and who are some teachers that have really impacted your journey, not just as a basketball player, but also as a person?
My favorite subject is history, and I think some of the teachers that have impacted me a lot would be Mr. Lendak, who I had my freshman year and my senior year, Mr. Jacomi, who I had my junior year, Mr. O'Neill, who I had my sophomore year, and last year I had an amazing English teacher, Mrs. Dewberry. And those teachers often not only helped me on the court, because Mr. Lendak would talk about basketball, and we still do in class. We just talked about last night's game today in class as well. But they would help me in school too. And it would just be nice to know that I have a teacher to lean on to help me out.
Talk about balancing, your time as far as your schoolwork and your athletics, and how tough that's been, and what are some of the strategies that you've kind of implemented to balance your time.
It's definitely difficult to use basketball as an excuse not to get assignments done and to put them off. I usually try at the beginning of the week to try and plan out my week with the different practice times we have, and I try to get all of my homework done before practice, depending on if we have it late at night. And then on game days, I usually just do homework after the games because I just want to focus before the games.
Let's talk about Coach Pounds and what it's like to be under him for the last, I believe, 2 years, his second year with the program. What has he done to help you grow as a basketball player and as a person?
Sorry, you cut out at the end a little bit.
You're good. What I was going to say is Coach Pounds, and we'll talk about what it's been like to be under him, and what it's been like to be coached by him, and how he's helped you grow as a basketball player.
Playing under him, he just always tries to keep it together as a team. He's definitely team oriented, and he wants us to succeed as a team. He pushes us in practice. He'll yell at us if we're not going hard, and we need that push to keep going and getting better. And he gives us breaks when needed, when we're tired, and he listens to us, and he definitely adjusts. If we say something, he'll take our opinions and he'll readjust and try and look at it a different way.
We know that Howland gets some of the best student section support of anyone in the area. Talk about what it's like to feel their energy and play on that home gym.
I think it's really great to have the student section that we have. I think we have the best one in the area across the board, in my opinion, just with how our bar stool can be run sometimes. They can get in a little bit of trouble, but their hearts are definitely in the right place, and they always put out a tweet for us and always try to get anyone on the team some recognition, which is really nice.
And all that being said, like, what does it mean to you to represent this school system and wear Howland across your chest and be able to rock the colors and be a Tiger?
It means a lot because when I step onto the court, I'm not just representing me and my number, but I'm also representing Howland as a community. And I think Definitely sometimes we're the underdogs a lot. And for us to have 10-5 right now, coming back, winning more games than we won all season last year, it just feels like we're fighting, like kind of like how a tiger does, which is cheesy, but
Hey, it's all good. Sometimes it's not easy being cheesy. Um, talk about. I want to give you the chance to shout out some of the people that support you, the people that have been in your corner, and the people that you wouldn't really be where you are right now without.
I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now without my family, my two sisters, my sister's who's actually a sophomore, she's one of my teammates, my brother, my mom, my dad, my grandma who texts me a game day text every day, and honestly, my senior teammates, Alyssa, Taylor, and Kylie, because those girls just always are in my corner fighting for me, and probably some of my past coaches as well.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. Congratulations on the great start to the season. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. We look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Thank you so much.